Honorable Ahmed Wadada, former member of the House of Representatives, says he withdrew from the All Progressives Congress APC Nasarawa West Senatorial District primary election because of alleged illegal process adopted to conduct the primaries in the state. Wadada made this known at a news conference held in Kefi local government area of the state. The News Agency of Nigeria reports that until his sudden withdrawal, Wadada was a front-runner for the APC ticket for Nasarawa West Senatorial Zone. The primary election is still yet to hold due to controversies over alleged alterations to the original delegates list meant to be used to elect party candidates for various elective posts in 2023. NAN reports that even after his withdrawal, the party could still not hold the primary election for the two remaining aspirants, Lagbaran Magaji and Shehu Tuko, on Saturday, May 28. Angry youths violently disrupted the electoral process over alleged alterations to the delegates list, leading to suspension of the election.
There is a list of delegates which emanated as a result of the congresses held. This list of delegates, the exercise that saw to the emergence of that list was monitored and authenticated by INEC. And after that exercise, there was again the need to revisit that list. And it was revisited and eventually affirmed by the stakeholders of the party or the caucus of the party at the state level. Of course, it was part of the schedule of the party to hold congresses. The leadership of the party, under the stewardship of the head of government of Nasarawa State, that's the governor of Nasarawa State, agreed in their wisdom to call yet another meeting of the caucus. And at that meeting, it was agreed upon that that same list should be adopted. And if you have not forgotten, our governor had to go on national television to say that we had a successful adoption of that list, which was agreed, and he did say that every stakeholder was carried along in the adoption of that list. It was that list that was sent to the national headquarters of the party, sent by the state chapter of the party to the national headquarters, which is the requirement. And the same state chapter of the party sent same list to INEC, which was accepted by INEC. INEC accepted it because INEC monitored the exercise earlier on that saw to the emergence of that list. So we were to hold primaries, the various primaries, on the basis of that list. The state chapter of the party, preparatory to the commencement of the primaries, called the chairmen of local governments, various local governments across the state, and handed over that monitored, authenticated, legal, and legitimate list, just for us to wake up the next morning. That was the day that the primaries of the governorship and the state assembly members were to commence. Then they said another list was sent from the headquarters of the party. That list was neither monitored by INEC, nor were stakeholders and caucus of the state APC consulted. That list came up because some people somewhere were scared and intimidated to the level of taking laws into their hands, creating illegality and illegitimacy, impunity that is legendary.
Wadada said his withdrawal was influenced by his belief in due process, fairness, and strict adherence to rules on how party primaries should be conducted. Wadada said these tenets are in line with the Electoral Act and guidelines of Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). Wadada, however, said that though he was still in the party, he would make a decision on his membership of the party within 48 hours. NAN reports that Magaji and Tuko are the two other aspirants left to contest for the APC's Nasarawa West Senatorial Zone ticket at the general election in 2023.
Some people were of the opinion that regardless, Wadada, you are the man to beat. Go for it. I said, how do I go for illegality? I'm not a lawyer. I know what the Electoral Act says. Any list of delegates used in conducting any primary election, and that list was not monitored in the course of emergence of the list, was not monitored by INEC, and not authenticated by INEC, the electoral law says that exercise will be null and void. Having withdrawn from the race or from the contest, has the election still taken place? It hasn't taken place. Because the doctored list that we complained about, that informed my withdrawal from the contest, was also redoctored. We are forward-looking politicians. We are truly progressives, not just by expression. We are truly in politics to add value. We are in politics to educate and enlighten the electorate. And if we are truly for this that I have mentioned, then we shouldn't be seen going into illegality.